Welcome to and Awaken Your Soul's Unlimited Potential. My name is Eva, and I'm so happy to have you here with me. And today I want to share an interesting aha moment I had just the other day. And this came from watching an episode from a certain podcast I've become obsessed with on YouTube called Next Level Soul Podcast. By the way, if you're interested in metaphysical things, learning about spirituality, hearing about other people's spiritual journeys, spiritual experiences, check out that podcast because honestly, it has such good content, right? So, in one of these shows, this lady was talking about her special connection to her guides. And you know me, I believe in spirit guides, I believe in connecting to them because they're here to help you through your journey and make your journey easier for you in this human experience. So, if you haven't had that connection with your guides, that right now, I'd every one of us actually who's in existence right now, we all have our guides, we all have helpers who are supposed to help us through these human experiences with the choices we make on a daily basis. They're not there to show you like this is what you're supposed to do because we do have free will, but what they do is that they help make the journey easier for us, give us little hints, give us little nudges, but at the end of it all, the choices that we make, they're all on us because we are given the gift of free will, right? So, this lady in this podcast show was talking about her relationship with her guides. And she's saying that one day she had this intuitive thought that she was going to get into an accident. So it's something that really worried her. And of course, she went into meditation. She asked her guides, like, is there anything that she needed to be worried about? And the guides told her, no, you're going to be fine. But it's a thought that kept on pestering in her mind, like really, because she was really worried that something bad was going to happen, and she didn't want to hurt herself. Of course, she didn't want to cause any harm to someone else. So it's something that she really worried about, and she kept on asking her guides about. But her guides will always say, like, you're going to be fine. So one day she's coming from an event. I think it was a dog show or something, right? So she gets into her car, then she gets this intuitive thought like, let me talk to my guides and ask them, like, is it okay for me to pull out my car? And the guides told her, yes, you're good to go. Pull out your car, go home. But the minute she pulled out her car, she happened to hit another parked car. And it was a really bad accident. Like she really dented that car in a really bad way. And also her car got damaged to the point that cops also had to come and assess everything, right? And it was a horrible, like it wasn't a horrible experience, it wasn't as bad as she thought it would be because at least no one else got harmed. And but basically it freaked her out so much because she thought like something bad will have happened in this accident. And then she kept on wondering in her mind, why on earth will my guides tell me or give me an all clear sign like to go, right? And she has a deep connection with her guidance. Why would they tell me to go if they knew this was going to happen? Couldn't they have told me to avoid this accident in a way? Right? So it's something that was now the back of her mind, but she talked to the cops, she sorted out all the insurance things, and eventually she was released to go. It wasn't actually really bad. The cop was very understanding, was very helpful with her and all that. So she goes back home, and of course her first thing is get into deep meditation, talk to her spirit guides, like, what's up with that? Like, why would you give me a all clear sign if you know that was going to happen? And you know what her guides told her? That you needed to learn a very important lesson for your soul at that time, because apparently her soul had actually had issues with authority. And it's something that she had been experiencing in so many of her lifetime. Like she'd always feel this urge or to go against authority, or she was always very terrified of dealing with authority. So in this case, by getting into an accident, she actually was given an opportunity to get past her fear of dealing with authority. And authority in this case was now the police, the policeman who had come to assess the accident, because he was super helpful with her and very respectful to her, you know. So in that moment she realized that yes, initially she thought it was a really bad experience, a very horrible challenge that happened for her that she thought was unnecessary. But the bigger picture now, when you're coming out to the spiritual or the soul perspective, that accident needed to happen for her to learn a very important lesson for her soul to grow and evolve. So where am I going with this, right? And this, my aha moment came when I realized that there's a particular incident that happened to me last year where I do have a good connection with my guidance. I'm always talking to them, I'm always asking them for the way forward and all that. So I do have that connection with my guidance. And last year there's a particular incident that really pissed me off. I'll admit it really pissed me off because I kept on asking my guides, like, should I do this? Like, is it right for me to do this? And I was really in doubt about this particular situation. And I kept on asking and asking and asking because, of course, as human beings, we're never satisfied with just, the initial answer because we need to confirm. So I kept on asking and asking and asking and asking again, like, is this, like, do I do this? Do I go ahead and do this? Right? And all the time the answer never wavered. They will tell me, don't worry, um not basically telling me what to do, but they will try to calm me down, tell me not to worry, tell me everything was gonna be okay. And eventually now I kind of like got this intuitive um guidance, right, to go ahead and take the action step that I was really procrastinating on. And I went ahead and did that. And guess what? Things didn't turn out as I expected. They actually went quite opposite. It was a very embarrassing thing that I experienced after that, and I was mad at my guides. Actually, it's something that I've carried with me, and I kind of like held it as a grudge against them because I kept on wondering, okay, fine. So all that time I was asking my guides for an answer to this. Was it my ego that was speaking, or was it actually my spirit guides that was speaking? Because now I started getting conflicted about my intuition, and I started doubting everything that comes up for me during my communication with my guides. So I kept on questioning everything that will come through for me after that. And it took me such a long time for me to rebuild that trust. But when I heard this particular story from this lady, it helped me realize that that particular incident actually helped me overcome a major fear of mine. And I hadn't looked at it like that. I had only focused so much on the embarrassing part and the hurtful part. I never actually focused on the lesson that I learned in that particular moment. But at that moment, I realized, like, so that difficult thing had to happen. They had to guide me down a path that, had disastrous results at the end. But from that disastrous result, I learned so much and I evolved so much as a soul, something that had been plaguing me for such a long time. And by going through that experience, I was actually able to overcome that particular issue I had. So my message to you is this, that sometimes we look at life challenges as a way of punishing us, and that's never the case. I happen to believe that life happens for us, not to us. So when things are happening to you that you really don't understand, and of course, when we're going through the difficult moments, our normal ego response is, why is this happening to me? Why? And we keep on questioning God, questioning the universe. Why are you punishing me? Because we always think it's a punishment, and I get it. Like, we've been there, I've been there so many times. But how I want you to look at it is, and this is actually a lesson inspired by Sri Kumar Rao, an amazing teacher. He says that never judge a situation as good or bad, because you really don't know whether it's good or bad in that moment. You might be going through something and you think it's the best thing that's ever happened to you, right? Because you're happy in that moment and all that, you celebrate it, and then later on you come to discover that, whoa, that thing I was actually celebrating was not the best thing for me, because something bad, and I'll put bad in quotes, happened to me later on. And sometimes we go through difficult situations, difficult challenges that really test our resolve, our resiliency, our confidence in ourselves, our courage, all of that. They really test us. But then later on we come to realize that if I had not gone through that thing, I wouldn't be where I am right now. And I'll give you examples. Sometimes you miss out on a certain job opportunity, and you think like that is the worst thing that could ever happen to me. And then you get another job, and in this job you happen to meet your soulmate, something that might never have happened had you chosen or had you gotten picked for this particular other job opportunity that you lost. So in that moment when you're going through that rejection, you will think this is the worst thing that has ever happened to me. And then later on, months later, days later, weeks later, you discover that this was actually the best thing that could have ever happened for me. And that's how I want you to look at life. Again, life happens for you, not to you. So whenever you're going through whatever kind of experiences, it might be good, might be bad, try to remove the labels from it. Try to look at it from a higher perspective rather than just from your mind perspective, because your ego has this tendency of wanting to label each and everything. It always wants to categorize. This is good, this is bad, this is, we always want to categorize, this is high, this is lower, this is this, right? But if you can train yourself to go to your spirit, look at every situation you're going through from a spiritual perspective, and try to identify what lesson am I being taught through this experience. Because there's always a lesson to learn in literally all the experiences that we have in life. There's always a lesson to be learned. So always tap into that, like, what do I need to learn from this particular situation? Yes, it is difficult, and I want to focus on the difficult situations, because rarely do you find people going through the deep introspections whenever they're going through something good, right? It's rare. I think that's how we're all designed. Like, when things are going like really good, it's rare that you'll find someone being philosophical or trying to analyze the situation. They're just in that moment, they're experiencing the happiness. But when you go through the pain, it forces us to go inward, to seek solutions, to seek our way out of that difficult situation. So sadly, that is how we all learn. Most of us actually learn through the difficult, challenging situations. We don't learn when we're going through the good in our life, and that's the sad part. But every time you're going through the challenging thing, I really want you to focus on the lessons you need to learn. Because the faster you learn the lesson, the easier it is for you to move on to the next phase of your life. Okay? And always keep on reminding yourself, I might not know the reason why this has happened to me at this moment, but a couple of days later, weeks later, or months later, I will know the reason why. And I trust me, like, I've had these experiences so many times where I thought something that was the worst possible thing that could ever happen to me actually turned out to be the biggest blessing in disguise later on. So many experiences, I can actually list them. And if you're watching this, I know if you look back through your life, you'll be able to identify so many situations that you actually labeled incorrectly. You thought that they were really bad, but they actually turned out to be the biggest blessings, because they taught you the most valuable lessons imaginable. Okay, so that's how I want you to look at it. And so now I just want to send you so much love. If you like the kind of content I do share out here, make sure that you subscribe to my channel, and also click on the notification bell that's next to the subscribe button, so that you don't miss out on any content I share out here. And just to say thank you so much for subscribing, make sure that you download my free, powerful, active quantum flow meditation, which will help you tap into inner states of peace, bliss, and happiness in just a couple of minutes. If you want a powerful meditation to activate your nervous system, to release all these crystallizations that are in your nervous system, and to bring your brain back into balance, bring your masculine and your feminine energies back into balance, download my free meditation down in the description box. And as always, I end all my videos by sharing how I can actually help you learn the lessons that, or tap into the lessons that your soul came here to learn. Because a lot of the experiences that you're going through right now in your life, then rarely, most of them are actually connected to mistakes or negative choices that you made in your past life. And a lot of us keep on repeating the same choices, the same mistakes over and over again, because we have no awareness of what we actually came here to learn. We've forgotten who we really are. So if you want a chance to reconnect with your soul, reconnect with the karma that your soul came to release, the lessons that your soul came to release. If you need help with that, connect with me. The link is down below. You can book a discovery call and I'll share with you how I can actually help you tap into your unlimited potential. I'm here to help you be the best version of you possible. I'm here to help you tap into your inner guidance, tap into your inner guru, release all this karmic negative karma that you've been carrying as a soul, release all these blockages that are in your thoughts, your emotions, your physical body, your mind, name it. We can actually rewire all that with the two modalities that I work with. One which is actually focused on the Akashic records and tapping into who you are at a soul level, discovering your soul blueprint and all that. And the second modality helps you to rewire your nervous system using ancient technology and also something science-based techniques, and also uses breath work, sound and movement to help you rewire your nervous system and help you clear all these crystallizations that are blocking you from actually tapping into your best potential, that are sending out negative vibrations from your entire being into the universe, actually blocking your manifestations, because the minute you get these crystallizations in your body, they block the energy flow inside of your body. So you'll keep on attracting things that you really don't want, that are connected to the version of you that you were in the past. So if you want a chance to release all these blockages that have been keeping you from being the best version of you, do connect with me by booking a discovery call down below, and I hope I will get to see you on the other side, and I hope I will get to help you tap into the best version of yourself. Sending you so much love, and I hope I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.